What's up guys, it's Toby here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and we will talk about the Atletico Madrid midfielder Saul Niguez today because Liverpool are preparing a 40 million euro bid for the 26-year-old Spanish midfielder. So we will have the full report coming from the Spanish newspapers, and also we will take a look at Saul Niguez's career so far and how he could fit in at Liverpool FC, and also many other Liverpool rated news. So if you're excited about this video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest Liverpool transfer news updates. And of course, since Wijnaldum went to Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool have been actively looking for his replacement, and Saul Niguez could be the perfect player to replace him. He is a winner. He won the La Liga title a couple of times with Atletico Madrid, most recently last season, where Atletico did almost unthinkable and finished ahead of both Real Madrid and Barcelona. And according to reports, and the Spanish newspaper Diario AS is reporting that Liverpool are preparing an offer of 35 million pounds, 40 million euros for Saul Niguez, because Saul has fallen down the pecking order at Atletico Madrid and he needs to leave to play regular first team football, and a move to Liverpool could prove to be a tempting proposition, a tempting prospect for him. And he is a very highly rated box-to-box midfielder. He seems like the perfect fit, a very ideal fit for Jurgen Klopp's playing style, and of course Jurgen Klopp could help Saul regain his form and his sharpness. He can play across multiple positions, and he also has the versatility to slot in as a defender if it's an emergency or if it's needed. He could be the ultimate utility man for Liverpool over the coming seasons, and Liverpool will be keen to agree a fee with the Spanish champions. Saul has a contract with Atletico until 2026, and his release clause is 150 million euros. So his contract is a long contract, but Atletico are in need of money. They are aware of the pandemic and the market situation, and if they want to strengthen their team, selling one of their bench players because of the pandemic, they need money. It makes sense to sell Saul at this moment in time for Atletico Madrid. So the report coming from Diario AS states that Liverpool are preparing an offer of 40 million euros for Saul, and Saul is the great hot potato of the summer at Atletico Madrid in a market marked by the pandemic and also the need for reinforcements. Atletico are seriously considering selling Saul Niguez. He had a pretty difficult season, but he still has a lot of admirers, a lot of clubs who would want to sign Saul. And when IS said in March that Saul was determined to leave Atletico, IS is another Spanish newspaper, Spanish publication. The first club to test Atletico's resolve was actually Bayern Munich, but it soon became clear that the future of the player was either to continue at Atletico or go to the Premier League. And Liverpool, who have lost Wijnaldum to Paris Saint-Germain on a free transfer, are a perfect fit for Saul, who feels that his style of play has a place in British football and he could be successful there. The next point, of course, is the finances. Saul is one of the most important assets of the Atletico squad, and as we said, he has a long-term contract, a big release clause, but Atletico are open to agreeing to a transfer and basically opening the door for Saul to leave, to try himself at Liverpool and to try himself in a new league, because he's a big fan of the Premier League. In the last season, he went from one of the first names of the team sheet, one of the most undisputed and most used players, to losing his place in the starting 11 at Atletico Madrid. He never disappeared from the team. He was used from time to time, sometimes as a bench player, sometimes as a substitute, sometimes as a starter. But Simeone, the Atletico manager, who just extended his contract with Atletico for another 3 years, he acknowledged that Saul was not in his best moment, and of course Saul acknowledged that he wasn't in the form of his life as well. 2 seasons ago he played 4,246 minutes. Last season he just played 2,673 minutes, which is a big drop off. That he played 60% of the minutes that he played previously, and Saul understands that it's time to go. It's time to leave La Liga. It's time to leave Atletico Madrid. He won pretty much everything at Atletico except the Champions League. Koke, who was captain last season, Lamar and Llorente formed the ideal midfield three, the ideal triangle for Atletico Madrid. And now they signed De Paul, which was Simeone's request to sign him to increase competition for places. And also Herrera and Kondogbia are coming into the side as well. So Saul has a lot of versatility, which plays in his favor. But in Simeone's variable playing style and variable tactics, Saul can occupy any position in the center of the field or even on the left wing. But Saul doesn't really like to play on the left wing. He's not very enthusiastic about that. And Liverpool are seriously considering moving for Saul. They want a powerful midfielder who can run for days, who is a box-to-box player. He has a good eye for goal, and he could be a great arrival into the Liverpool midfield to prove that Liverpool can replace Wijnaldum with a world-class player. After the difficult year, Liverpool feel that Saul can recover to his best self and he can hit top form again. But also Man United and Chelsea are monitoring the situation, because Man United have the possibility of Paul Pogba leaving them, and then they would need a midfielder. And also there is still distinct small possibility that Chelsea would be interested in Saul. So he's a very desirable footballer, so I think Liverpool should move in and try and get him and basically negotiate a decent fee. I think 50 million euros could do it. That's like 45 million pounds. But of course, Liverpool are also working on extending the contract of the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah, Jordan Henderson and other players as well. But I think signing a midfielder is one of the top priorities of Liverpool. Probably signing a midfielder and a striker is the two main priorities for Liverpool. Fabrizio Romano also confirmed, the Italian journalist who is very well respected, well known when it comes to transfer news around Europe. He said that Liverpool are looking for a midfielder, but right now it's not a priority. First, Liverpool want to extend the contracts of some players. We also want to sell some players. It looks like we are selling Marco Grujic to FC Porto for around 13 million pounds. That is, I think, a brilliant deal. Grujic is not on the level of Liverpool. He's just a level below that. He's a very good footballer, don't get me wrong, but it's better to get 13 million for him, and him going to Porto is ideal because he played there last season, so he already knows the league, knows the club, and they know him as well, and he will play there regularly, and Liverpool can pocket that 13 million, add it to the transfer budget, and go in for Saul. Fabrizio Romano also said that right now there is no official contact between Atletico Madrid and Liverpool, but Liverpool are preparing an offer and they will contact Atletico Madrid probably in the next few days. So let me know, do you want Liverpool to sign Saul? I think it would be the perfect signing, honestly. He's such a great footballer. And he's also at a very good age, being just 26 years old. I think that's an ideal age, and he is also 184 centimeters tall. He can play as a center or defensive midfielder, but he can also play as an attacking midfielder as well, and he still played a lot of games for Atletico Madrid. This season he played, like the season that just finished, he played 41 games, but some of them from the bench. Before that he was an ever-present at Atletico Madrid. He already played 337 games for Atletico, scoring 43 goals. So on average he scores about 6 to 7 goals every season, which is a very, very good return. He also had 2 seasons where he scored 9 goals, which is pretty impressive that Saul from midfield, even though he's not an out-and-out attacking midfielder, he's scored 43 goals already for Atletico Madrid. So he's not a goal machine, but I think we could expect 5 to 10 goals from Saul if he plays regularly in the Liverpool playing style. The style of play. Saul was deployed as a central defender when he had a loan spell at Rayo Vallecano. Spanish football journalist Guillem Bayague stated that he suits Saul suits several styles of play. He can play the Simeone style and the Barcelona style, and Balaguer said that Spain never had a midfielder like this who could play offensive football, defensive football, and anything in between. And a journalist working for Diario AS said Saul is the player to move the ball forward with purpose and attempt to finalize long passages of possession. The new center of the play for Spain, where so much happens for the national side, is now defined by Saul, box-to-box player, and who is never afraid to try his luck in front of goal. He now embodies the shift, technique and talent, but athleticism too, blessed of impeccable timing, arriving in the area. So these are the attributes and the descriptions given by very, very good journalists about how exactly Saul plays. And he started out his career at Atletico, so I'm sure that it would be hard for him to leave his boyhood club, but going to Liverpool and getting a new challenge at 26 years old would be the perfect thing to revitalize his career. He doesn't want to sit on the bench for Atletico Madrid. He wants to play regularly, and he won the Spanish League, the Spanish Cup, the Spanish Super Cup. He won the Europa League twice. He won the UEFA Super Cup, and he also finished second in the Champions League in 2016. So he had a pretty good career so far, but I think he could win more trophies at Liverpool. He also won the Euros at the under-19 level in 2012 with Spain, and he lost 2 Euros finals in the under-17 and under-21 level, which is pretty amazing that he played in 3 Euros finals as a youth player. That's pretty rare in my opinion. Also, what I wanted to share with you guys is John Barnes said who he would prefer to partner Virgil van Dijk at centre-back next season. He said, "Will be interesting to see who starts in centre defense for Liverpool alongside Van Dijk next season. In the long term, Joe Gomez will be fine, but he's young and he has had injury problems. Having splashed out so much money on the centre-back in Ibrahima Konate, they will probably start with Konate alongside Van Dijk, presuming Van Dijk is fit for the start of the season. But it's always good to have competition for places, and I fully agree with John Barnes. I think that that would be the ideal scenario, and just give Joe Gomez all the time in the world so he can get fit and get back into the Liverpool's team." According to the Daily Mail, Liverpool are hoping to sell Ben Davies for a significant profit. They are looking for around 10 million for his services after we signed him for just 2 million in January. It's more and more likely that transfer was just to cash in on Ben Davies, and also it was an insurance policy because Ben Davies haven't played 1 minute for Liverpool. I feel a little bit sorry for him. It was probably a dream for him to sign for a Premier League club, and then he could get sold 6 months later. But that's football. It's a very, very harsh, ruthless, cutthroat business, and Celtic are interested in Ben Davies. They want to sign him. It's just a matter of how much Liverpool want for Ben Davies. I really wanted Liverpool to give him a go last season, because when all 3 of our centre-backs are out injured and you can still not get a minute at Liverpool, then you know that you have no hope of making it at Liverpool. Because honestly, when Van Dijk, Konate and Gomez and Matip are all fit, will Ben Davies get minutes? Surely not. Liverpool Echo also says that Ojo is for sale because he was not included in Liverpool's pre-season squad for the training camp in Austria. He spent last season out on loan at Cardiff City. He had a pretty good loan spell, but he's just not on the level of Liverpool, so probably Liverpool will look to sell him and get some money for Ojo. And I think that we will sell quite a few players before Liverpool decide to sign anyone. So we have to be patient, we have to wait how the market pans out. And you know that in football things can happen quickly. I'm really looking forward to the Italy-England Euros final. I was at one of my best friend's wedding yesterday, and we are going to another friend's wedding today. So I will watch the Euros final at a wedding on a big screen. So pretty excited about that. And I will probably make a post-match analysis video tomorrow morning when I wake up. up after the wedding celebrations. Because we will get home at dawn or something at 4 a.m. Last night I got home at 4 a.m. as well, but I was still up pretty early making videos for you guys, so I really hope that you guys appreciate that. I just enjoy making videos so much and reading your comments as well. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later guys, goodbye.